This is a story of Samson, a great young man of Israel who ever lived. In the days when Israel had no king, the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and he delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years. But among them was a man named Manoah, from the tribe of Dan, whose wife was barren and had no children. One day, as Manoah's wife worked in the fields, a figure bathed in radiant light appeared before her. It was the angel of the Lord.
Behold, you are barren and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Now, be careful not to drink wine or strong drink, nor eat anything unclean. For the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel from the Philistines. The woman, in awe, ran to her husband and told him all that had happened. Manoah prayed for guidance, and the angel returned. They offered a sacrifice, and as the flames rose to heaven, the angel ascended in the fire before their very eyes. Samson's birth and blessing. And so it was, in due time, that the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. From his infancy, it was evident that the hand of the Lord was upon him. As he grew, his strength became unmatched, and the Spirit of the Lord began to stir within him. As a young man, Samson traveled to Timnah, where he saw a Philistine woman who pleased him. He told his parents, "Get her for me as a wife." They were troubled, for she was not of Israel, but they did not know that the Lord was using this for his purpose. On the journey, as Samson walked through the vineyards of Timnah, a young lion came roaring toward him. The beast lunged, its golden mane flowing like fire, its fangs bared. Then, the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. With his bare hands, he seized the lion's jaws and tore it apart as one would tear a young goat. The ground shook as the beast collapsed at his feet. Later, when Samson returned to Timnah to take his bride, he saw the carcass of the lion. A swarm of bees had made honey within it. He scooped some out, tasting its sweetness, and shared it with his parents, but he did not tell them where it came from. At the wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to the Philistine guests. Samson, smirking, "Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet." The Philistines could not solve the riddle. For days they argued, the faces growing dark with frustration. At last they went to Samson's bride and threatened her. "Entice your husband to explain the riddle to us, or we will burn you and your father's house with fire." Weeping, she clung to Samson, pressing him daily with her sorrow. Finally, he relented and told her. That evening, the Philistines answered him, "What is sweeter than honey? And what is stronger than a lion?" Enraged, Samson stormed out, struck down 30 men in Ashkelon, and gave the garments as the promised reward. But in his anger, he left his wife, and she was given to another man. Samson and Delilah. Samson's fame grew, and the Philistines feared him. He fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sork, named Delilah. The Philistine lords offered her silver to uncover the secret of his strength. "Tell me where your great strength lies." 3 times he deceived her, but she pressed him daily with her words until his soul was vexed to death. At last, he revealed the truth. "No razor has ever come upon my head. If I am shaven, my strength will leave me." As he slept, Delilah had a man shave his hair. When he awoke, the Philistines seized him, put out his eyes, and bound him in bronze fetters. Samson's captivity. The Philistines brought Samson to Gaza, blinded and weakened, and made him grind grain in prison. But in time, his hair began to grow again. Samson's final victory. The Philistines gathered in the great temple to Dagon to celebrate their victory. They brought Samson out to mock him. But as they laughed, Samson prayed, "O Lord God, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me just this once, that I may take vengeance on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." With all his might, Samson pushed against the temple pillars. The ground rumbled, the walls cracked, and the entire temple collapsed, killing thousands, including the Philistine lords. Samson's brothers came and took him, burying him between Zorah and Eshtaol. He had judged Israel for 20 years. Naked Narrative. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.